We are back, everybody, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, are the Canadians back? That, in fact, is the key question. On a somewhat chocker Tuesday, folks, it's busy. Now, bearing in mind, thinking back to the past 12 months, only ever did I come out and film on a handful of Tuesdays. Actually the rarest day for these videos. But today potentially could be a special Tuesday because they might be back. Now the other key thing to bear in mind is that although it's gotten a lot cooler, it's still balmy, it's still warm, it's still a lovely day. But rain is forecast shortly after lunchtime. Obviously that would scare everybody away if it happened. So let's hope it doesn't happen. And that we get at least a nice, clean, clear 1 hour plus, ideally, of Canadian wholesomeness, folks. I mean, there are no guarantees. I have no clue at all, honestly, I promise, whether or not the Blues are still there, or whether the Blues left yesterday and the Canadians came back. It's all a bit of a mystery. But it will certainly be closer to resolution in a little while. Beware plastic, pollution is everywhere. This guy's a flipping hypocrite. Look at all the plastic he's got on him. Unbelievable, to be honest. Look, I mean, only I carry one water bottle. He's got about, 15? Plus a bunch of household cleaning products. Unbelievable, really, guys. It's a disgrace. And now some of our favourite Chinese tourist groups are out and about today. That bodes well, potentially. And we'll have to see. Now, we won't need to worry too much about looking for the best dressed tourist today. And the reason for that is I already spotted the best dressed tourist before I left home this morning. Yes, folks, yours truly. We've got a few tourists that have chosen to wear a Panama or a fedora or some nice piece of summer-esque headgear, but not many. So as I am wearing a lovely hat today, I am tourist of the day. They're going to stop for me, guys, because they know this is a VIP channel. Joking, of course they're not going to stop for me. Damn it, I actually did think that they were going to stop for the lights, but the lights didn't quite change in time. Next time, folks, I'll judge it better next time. So yes, the Canadians, will they be at Horse Guards this morning? I mean, I'm certainly expecting that they will be. We're not going to jog all the way down to the phone box. As you can see, it's kind of busy. It's not packed, but there are enough people. I mean, to be honest, it feels a bit like mid-August. Except for those moody skies, everything is very lush. Which, considering that half of England is imminently in danger of a hosepipe ban, is somewhat peculiar. Yeah, everything is very lush here in Westminster. But then again, I think the MPs would probably think to themselves, look, if we turn off the water to the peasants, we will have more water for ourselves. In other words, ruling class thinking 101. How can we give them less so we get more? Yeah, definitely the case, to be honest. Oh, hold on. That would certainly explain why the centre here is incredibly well watered and very green. Yet a good portion of Britain is the exact opposite. Now, a lot cooler, folks. It actually feels like quite a pleasant day to be outside. We're kind of around 20, 21, still bright, still warm, pretty damn humid, to be honest. But a lot better than we've had in almost a week, to be fair. Yeah. First beaching retreat is this evening, and very unfortunate if it transpires as predicted. Rain, folks. There's a lot of rain predicted for this evening. In other words, it could potentially, what the flipping hell all these people do? Where do they all come from? There's no guard change today. Yeah, 100% there is going to be rain. Obviously they'll press on, but my goodness, that'll be a bit of a washout for everybody with tickets. So I really hope that the forecast is wrong. Tomorrow's looking a bit mushy as well, to be honest, guys. Only Thursday Bearing in mind there are 3 beating retreats tonight, tomorrow, Thursday. Only Thursday's looking, I mean, I wouldn't even go as far as saying sunny. Looking reasonable. Yeah, big difference from trooping the colour, that's for sure. Like a big difference, in fact. Not only the temperature's a lot lower, I mean, I dare say the soldiers are delighted about that, but, and this is, I think, the key thing, rain. Again, no umbrellas are allowed. I would certainly advise anyone going to bring a rain mat of some kind and a waterproof hat. Yeah, you're not allowed umbrellas for obvious reasons. Which is fine if you're on the Downing Street side, because you'll get some protection from the heavy tree coverage, but on the rest of the parade ground you're completely exposed, and as yours truly discovered last year, will get completely drenched in 2 minutes if it pours down. Okay, so we're passing Downing Street, next up Horse Guards. I would genuinely, and I mean it in all honesty, be very surprised again if the lovely Canadians have not returned, folks. Reason being, if they do return, say there's a changeover tomorrow morning, if that even happens, by the way, then at most they'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday as full days. So in other words, they would have got a very, very, very small amount of time on duty, having lost this past weekend already and yesterday. Very unfortunate, to be fair, that roughly a third of their time here was chopped straight off due to protests and rehearsals. Anyway, we covered that in yesterday's video, so today we'll try and concentrate on the fact that if they are back, they'll hopefully be strict with the tourists. But more importantly, we might see some new faces. Now, if the blues are still on, I won't be disappointed. One, it's the blues. I mean, one can never be disappointed. And two, they were reasonably on it yesterday after the model situation and the selective enforcement. The subsequent troopers were on it. Plus, we would see some different faces to yesterday anyway. So, any moment, folks, let me take it wide just so that we can see 100%. Whether we've got scarlet or starlet? What did I say? Starlet. Scarlet tunics or navy tunics. Aha! Canadians are back. Drum roll. Okay, I feel actually quite relieved about that, because not knowing how busy it would be, us not having a guard change today, it would have been a bit of an anticlimax for me personally, not to have had a little bit more time being able to film and experience the Canadian soldiers. Bear in mind, folks, I've only actually been here one day when they were here, that being the day they arrived. See a decent number of spammers here actually already this morning. Didn't take long, did it? Right, let's go to the other end. Let's avoid the spammer army briefly. Oh, we've got a mustachioed magnificence at this end. Look at this. These are still at the stall, selling those remaining beating retreat tickets. So here, folks, we have the Canadians. They are back, and I'm absolutely thoroughly delighted by that, as I think you can probably tell from the slightly changing tone of my voice. God, I was just really hoping that he wasn't going to say, oh, I didn't hear it, but I really hope that was not a protest is coming, we might have to take you off shortly. Imagine, guys, if about 7 minutes after I got here, they were pulled off. That would be incredibly disappointing. Not only that, you Canadians have been, and I'm not being, too presumptuous here. You Canadians, I dare say, have been very much looking forward to the next video with your fine-looking countrymen. I only say that because the first video was exceedingly popular, folks. It's been in fact, it's one of the most popular videos of the last 7 days, which was a surprise to me. Not because the content isn't worth watching, it is, but because it differed from the usual content in the sense of us focusing on keywords like Canada and Canadian. So I wasn't expecting YouTube to push out that video at all. So good job, guys, everyone that shared it and enjoyed that video with the Canadian troopers. Not the arrival video, which was good anyway, but the other one, the second part, where we had the magnificently loud fellow shouting, "Get out of the box!" multiple times. Yes, we did. We did indeed. Now, the horse has gone to sleep, sadly, folks. Oh, he's in the box. Now, I don't know if this soldier is going to tell him to get out of the box, because I've honestly got no clue, having never seen him before, on this particular individual's approach to enforcement. Maybe he doesn't have an approach to enforcement, but we need a little bit more to see. Or maybe he's only going to be really kind of get out of the box if people get up close and personal with his horse. Now, the other thing to bear in mind is in about 15 to 20 minutes, they're changing anyway. Now, I don't know, I can't begin to tell you if we'll see the same fellow we saw on Friday. One, I'm expecting and assuming this is a new group that replaced Friday's group. And two, as they brought over 24 riders, there's a distinct possibility that each of the riders will have only gotten at most 1 or 2 stints in the box. Point being, the chance of us seeing Mr. Magnificent, the superhero without a cape, again, is limited, to put it mildly. But I live in hope. And, folks, this weekend, that group should be back on. However, Saturday, I'm assuming horse guards will be closed all day. There is a massive nationally organised protest that's going to be hitting right here and along quite a substantial part of central London on Saturday. No idea of numbers, but they're hoping for tens of thousands. Yeah, and that'll be an interesting one. I'll cover it, 100% I'll cover it, because there is a good chance that the prescribed pro-Palestine organisation, walking along like that with your hand in your pocket is not cool. That certain prescribed organisation will more than likely have some supporters on Saturday. That will be interesting, because every time they have been out in the past week, in London and in Manchester, they've been arrested en masse. We're talking about 20, 30 arrests, multiple police jumping in, physically carrying people by their arms and legs when they refuse to move. So very interesting. I'm going to stay here for a minute, or I will spend a bit of time at the other end, just so we've got a bit of footage of the other soldier. Hopefully his family will get to see that as well. And when this horse decides to perk up, I'll take a picture of this handsome fellow. Oh, hold on. As I said that, the horse actually perked up a teeny bit. Okay, got some decent pictures, folks. And they'll be in the usual place, Instagram. Oh yeah. One thing that is surprising me is just how many people are here for a Tuesday, a non-guard change day. Oh, she's like, I'm from Canada, can I give polos to the horse? Oh, he said no. We only accept polos from Americans because they have a higher sugar level. Oh, not all of them. The one that was here on Friday destroyed multiple tourists. He was exceptionally loud.
Talking to the tourists over there.
I guess, to be honest, for these guys, they haven't quite got a slight holiday vibe, even though they're consummate professionals.
But Canadians in general, they're nice people.
You mean unlike us Brits, who are a bunch of obnoxious whatevers?
I suppose once they've been here for 5 years, they'll still be shouting.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, thinking about it. Plus, they haven't been up at 5 o'clock every morning for the past 6 months, grooming the horses.
I mean, they're so polite telling people to get out of the box. Did you get out of the box? Or did you take photos?
I'm interested that no one's been told to get out of the box at all at this end. So if he's saying, even if it's politely, get out at the other end.
He's on looking down left and right.
Oh my God, Saturday's going to be a big one. You know the Palestine March? I think we're going to get multiple arrests with people having that certain organisation that's been prescribed.
I feel we're getting arrested down there, like Saturday, 50 of them.
They arrested as many as 50 people. There were 50 protesting.
No, 50. Every protest got arrested on Saturday. The week before that, there was about 24, which I was there as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, couple of thousand of them holding those placards.
That'll be the interesting thing. If, for example, it turns into big numbers, we're talking kind of 25k, 50k plus, and you've got many hundreds with those placards, there's no way on earth they're going to try and push in and drag them out. It just won't happen because it will just kick off.
It's just getting bigger and bigger.
Exactly. I think it will do. Yeah.
We can't. People say, "Oh, they should be locked up," but we can't lock these up because I think it's letting more violent, just letting violent disease out.
There are two issues. One is the fact that there isn't a space, and secondly, there's the situation that people that are going in, especially for those kind of offences, are getting more radicalised and coming out even more determined to protest. It's not a lot worse.
But they're going to be letting quite a few prisoners out soon as well, including violent prisoners, sexual offenders.
No choice, to be honest. There's no space. Anyway, I'm at the other end. It's going to rain. I can feel it. Little spots. Yeah, it's definitely going to rain, people. Hopefully, it'll just like spot a little teeny weeny bit for the moment. But the wind is picking up quite substantially. It's not like, really kind of blowing in everybody's face. But the numbers coming through the front gate, look at them. I don't get it. I actually don't get how there are so many here. Oh, is the horse about to quit the second that I move over? I think he's just showing off so that he gets to be picture of the day, everybody. It's a flipping massive horse. I can't see on the hoof number which regiment, hoof marking which regiment it is. Again, post it in the comments, please, people. Instinctively, I don't know why, but instinctively I think this is a lifeguard horse. Ways for you to post in the comments. John, you fool. It's clearly a blues horse, and this horse is blah blah. Yeah, it said it'll rain about 1ish. It's 20 minutes to noon, give or take, and it's spitting. Not a lot, but it's definitely spitting. However, the tunnel is accessible, so if it really pours, I'll pause it, hang out in the tunnel for a little bit, and then come back. It's interesting and curious. It looks to me as though multiple tour guides decided to take their groups out today, possibly early before the rain, because the yard is absolutely flipping chock-a-block with tourists. That's crazy, folks. I would never have expected that we'd end up with a situation whereby a Tuesday or a Thursday, in other words, non-guard change days, would massively overshadow, in terms of numbers, actual guard change days, i.e. yesterday. That's just odd. But then again, as we move on in the days and weeks, we get into absolute peak tourist season. I would say we probably are close to that. Peak is likely to be the last week of July, then a couple of weeks of absolute madness before it tails off as people decide to go on summer holidays abroad, British people that is, at the end of August. Okay, let's see if we get a picture of this. Oh, see, the horse looked at me straight away. Is that all picture time? Horsey, I wasn't talking about you, I was talking about... Look, why is this horse trying to desperately get himself in today's picture? If I say picture of the day, he's talking to himself. He's like, I'm not sure about this. Just because I'm on ceremonial doesn't mean I need to go all over social media. Folks, it's a flipping massive horse. I mean, this is a sort of a Q10 Overlord size horse. I've got no idea which one it is, but it's so big. I would love to ID this one. But from where I'm standing, I can't see any numbers at all on the hoof. In fact, I can't even see the regimental marking on the hoof. Now, if we look at how many people there are, not one single person is going anywhere near the box. Oh, except this drunken bro who wants to go near the box. But the trouble is he's viewing it as being a triangle and not a box. That's half the problem. He's totally off his head, in fact. Absolutely off his nut. There's always one like smackhead or drunk though every single time we're here. Yeah, that guy over there's off his head. Oh, I told everybody and they all ran off to film him. So we get this spot to ourselves. Bingo! I mean, he was kind of a little bit off his head, but not massively. That's kind of a normal thing here. Every morning there's one or two, either they're drunk or they've got a smackhead problem in this area.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Is that a New York accent? New York accent? Or?
No. I'm from the United States, Georgia.
Ah, Georgia. Okay. You don't have those kind of social problems in Georgia, or you do?
Yeah, they're not walking around like that.
They don't. They don't walk around. They don't walk around like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, she's saying to the trooper, "Can I get on the back of the horse? Is there room for another one?"
Really?
No, I'm just making up for my video.
I was like, oh my god.
At least she's getting a response though. I mean, they ignore tourists
I
normally.
they're supposed to talk, not talk.
Exactly.
But like I've been seeing those videos of like, are you from here?
Yeah, I'm English.
Okay, so like at Buckingham Palace, where
Household division foot relief soldiers
okay,
with the high bearskin.
yeah, with that. So where are they at? They are located. I know they're located at Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace, St
St
James's Palace. Not nowhere near as close as this, unless you go on a guard change in the morning. For example, tomorrow morning there's a guard change at Buckingham Palace. If you get there early, like an hour before 11 a.m, you would be able to get right against the railings. So you would be able to get, as close as I am to you.
We saw that the other day, but I've been seeing like videos where people step outside the.
It's always the Chinese every single time.
So, okay, so like, where's another like a guard station?
St James's Palace and Buckingham Palace, but St James's. The other way to see them is if you put into Google Maps Wellington Barracks, which is right next to Buckingham Palace. If you stand outside Wellington, you actually see the entire group march out of the barracks before they go to Buckingham Palace. That's a smart spot because the crowds are smaller.
Okay, so now, so St. James's Palace, can you get close to them? Because, like, I be seeing them where they be standing and people were, like, trying to make them laugh and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that not real or...?
It happens, but not as much as it used to. For example, here, there used to be 2 guards on foot inside the yard here, but they removed them a few months ago because tourists were really taking you-know-what.
Okay.
But these soldiers, do you know where they're from? Which country these guys are from? They're Canadians.
Really?
Yeah. They only arrived on Friday. They're here for 10 days as a guest regiment for the summer.
Okay.
So yeah, I was going to say North American, but I won't because that will upset the Canadian viewers on my channel. But yeah, Canadians. I'm pushing hard for the US Marines to get a stint here because I'm thinking that if people get in the box, it's going to be a bit of full metal jacket, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, exactly that. It's definitely going to be a problem.
Would you mind taking a picture of me when
Of course.
I'm going to go over there?
That's a good way to put it, actually. It would be a problem because they wouldn't take any nonsense, would they, from tourists? Okay. What about this bro? 1 second, folks. Let's hope it's not going to be another Chinese tourist getting shouted at. Okay, visitor from Georgia. Let's make sure we get her a really good picture with the horse. I took quite a few. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm good. Oh yeah, those are really good pictures.
Yeah? I mean, I'd be disappointed in myself if they came out badly.
Yeah, when you're...
Exactly that, yep. Actually, wait, hold on a second. Wait, I'll show you the channel because you'll be on it today. You'll be in today's video.
Oh, wow. I love that.
This one.
Okay, let me just take a picture of it.
And you'll be at roughly the 21-22 minute mark. Everyone's staying way back now. Don't be like that. I thought you were going to secretly walk in the box, knowing that you were. No, you can't do it.
Okay, so St. James's Palace.
Yep, all of those places I mentioned: St. James's Palace, Buckingham Palace,
Well, I went
Wellington
to
Barracks.
Buckingham.
They're all next to each other. They're all next to each other.
Okay.
So if you go to any of those 3, then put in the other one to Google Maps. It's like a 1 minute walk.
Okay. See, I wanted to, like I said, I'll be seeing on the videos where with the black hats, they're just standing right there and people trying to make them laugh and they're just standing straight.
The most likely spot, yeah, St James's Palace.
St. James's.
Although, to be honest, Tower of London.
Where is that at?
That's pretty far. You're going over toward East London.
The Tower of London.
If you haven't been there and you've got time to go there, I would actually put a whole day aside to visit the Tower of London.
Tower of London.
Yeah, it's magnificent. Plus, you get to see the Crown Jewels, like the original Crown Jewels.
It's the that's like a museum.
It's an actual tower, like an old castle on the river.
Oh.
I think it's the oldest castle actually in London, if not the entire UK. Tower of London.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. You'd enjoy it, I promise. Good to see this guard. No, my pleasure. Enjoy the trip, yeah? Lovely lady, guys, from Georgia. Massive thanks to her for talking to me and being friendly enough to appear in today's video. Oh yes. Now that was really interesting. Now the official Canadian Army photographer is here today as well. There he is. How do I know he's the official Canadian Army photographer? Because he was here the other day. Now she's in the box 100%. He is kind of debating. Yep, he's telling her. Yep, he did tell her it's time to move. I think he's too much of a gent, not to say that the shouting god wasn't, to actually let rip 100% in anyone's face. That's my thinking at this point. And I get it. I do understand it. I know we're all kind of like, hold on, these are all garde box bar. And yes, it's true. And HCAV hopefully will be smashing it when they come back. But, wait, sorry boss, careful. HCAV, yeah, will hopefully be smashing it when they get back, everybody. Fingers crossed. Oh, she's suspecting undercarriage. I really want to know, folks, but it looks like they've actually filed off. Either that or possibly it's worn off, or whatever was on the heels, or the hoofs. 1 second. Yeah, some guy with a massive rucksack just smashed into me. It wasn't intentional, but a little bit annoying. Let me see. Nope, there is nothing visible on either hoof. This is why I don't even want to call which regiment it is. So no flipping, I say it's a lifeguard horse. Immediately you're going to be like, oh John, you're so stupid, it's a blues horse. Which blues horse is it, everybody? And it's funny, you know, because the second night I marched up I was thinking, could be Monty. But, guys, and here's an exclusive, Monty will very, very, very shortly be retiring. Yeah, I was told there's a good chance that we'll actually not see Monty again here on King's Lifeguard duty before his retirement. Good news is, he will be heading one second. He will be heading to live with a trooper, apparently. Word on the grapevine. She did ask him, I'm sure she just asked him, what's the name of the horse, and he told her. But I didn't hear it, sadly. However, folks, as I said, drop the name of this one in the comments, please. I'll try at some point in this video as well to have a little bit of a wander at the back, just so we can have an idea of what it's looking like ready for tonight, because the layout that would have been finalised yesterday and overnight will be the final layout. I don't expect there'll just be random military equipment parked on the parade ground, but there might be. You never know. Okay, so the orderly is coming to open up the box. It's getting a bit predictable actually, with it being a Chinese that every single time is getting told off in the video. Very, 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 very predictable. I would actually prefer it if it was a bit of a mix. In fact, I think part of the reason it's so busy today with massive numbers of British school groups. They're flipping out, they're super tall. Most of them are almost as tall as me. Yeah, British groups on organised tours, including horse guards, etc., etc. Very surprised that the lady from Georgia wasn't aware of the Tower of London. One would think that if you're booking a trip to London, there will be 5 things you put in it, no matter what. The Palace, Big Ben, Tower of London, London Eye and South Bank, and either Horse Guards or Parliament Square, or both. I mean, it's all in the same district, fundamentally, isn't it? So, yard. Yeah, we are going there early, folks. We've got 10 minutes still. Let me swap ends again. 10 minutes until the changeover. So I will change ends, especially now we've seen that trooper behind me being so on it. And I will be in the yard. Actually, wait. Let's have a look at the back quickly now before it gets really packed. Then come back through, possibly have a couple minutes with the guard there, and then get ourselves a spot in the yard. Now, hopefully, it's not actually going to rain, guys. As mentioned, I'm just happy that the tunnel is accessible today. It's quite possible, even if there is some kit over here, that it's covered. Apologies, folks, for the audio. Blowing up a little mini sandstorm. Woo! Okay, and just because somebody asked about it, even though I brought it up before, there's the museum, everybody, right there. So it's a 30-second walk from the tunnel. Everything's ready. Jumbotron screen. God, it's going to be so unfortunate if it pours with rain on the first evening. There it is. No military equipment, but there is the main musical stage. I won't spoil potential surprises for everybody by saying what happened in previous years, but let's just say that probably won't be the only musical stage featuring a performer. Yeah, they typically have like a surprise, but those of you that have got tickets, hopefully will get to enjoy it. I'm actually relieved that I don't have a ticket, to be honest, because I wouldn't want to go if it's raining. And then they said that, guys, because if I end up getting sick, if I'm getting drenched, forget about any more Canadian footage, because that ain't gonna happen. Okie dokie. So, just to re-emphasise, we will be in the... Oh, the horse is looking back. I think he was deciding whether he wants to quit and come back into here or not. He's a little like, Oh, busy. Oh, got a little bit of a smell from the tour guide behind me, which was interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Let's see, he and I have had issues in the past, but hey, what's done is done. So I got pictures of both ends, but I think I'd prefer to get a super close-up picture of the saddle blanket. Also, a bit of info, folks. This is from the horse's mouth, quite literally. The reins. Okay, so the white robe, the Canadians bought their own, okay? However, it didn't fit, okay? Don't ask me why or whatever. But anyway, they bought their own, it didn't fit. The ropes that we're seeing here are from HCAV officers' chargers, okay? They were taken off of HCAV officers' horses and used by the Canadians. Yeah, I was surprised about that as well, to be honest. But I guess, considering that almost virtually all of the kit, I say virtually all of the kit, I mean the saddle is HCAV, and so is the white robe, etc. Obviously the saddle blanket is Lord Strathcona's horse, with the regimental marking. To be honest, that I think is the best part of the kit, the green. And that colour, folks, for those of you that care or fussy about these things, is myrtle green. Yeah, myrtle green they call it. The official colour of the saddle blanket. Now I'm going to try, whilst we're at this end, to get a super close-up picture of the saddle. The light isn't great, but I mean it's manageable. Oh, this guy ask if you can get a picture, like politely that is. Annoying, I can't quite get the entire blanket because it's oh, there we go. Yes, horsey, you are a massive fluffy beast, aren't you? And I can't believe, yeah, you are. I can't believe that I can't remember which one you are. I feel really bad about that. The yard is filling up really fast, everybody. The second the police start telling everybody to shift, I'll dash in. Luckily, no one's yet realised that the VIP corner is available. I mean, no guarantees it will stay available, but that's where I want to be. Ideally, so that we get to see the faces of the first potential 2 new soldiers, and more importantly, these 2 coming in. That's the plan. Oh, damn it, some people have already gone to the VO. Okay. The thing is, now that some people have already gone there, others will follow, and it's going to get chocker-wocker. So what do? Do we go in or do we start here? Let's wait a couple minutes to see. Horse can't decide whether or not he actually wants to finish his shift. Either that or he's massively seeking for attention and wanting to be the highlight of today's video. It's actually good that he didn't come any closer because I wasn't even looking at the camera. It's only the clippy clop of the hooves that made me realise I need to move. Yeah, he's not happy, is he, for some reason? I mean, the box is a bit of a mess. That could be partly why. I'm just generally surprised though, folks, about why it is that so few tourists are going up close to the box. Like, what's going on? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Where are they all? Behind me is where they are. It looks as well as though whole schools have taken their students out, because I've seen several big groups all with the same uniform. So that would explain potentially why it's so busy. If multiple high schools decided to take all of their students on their kind of end of term summer trip through central London. I recognise the uniform behind me. I'm not going to turn the camera. It's a London school, well-known London girls' school. Horse is way too nosy, about what we're talking about. Oh, the trooper's giving a little bit of a smile and nod. Again, I'm not going to turn the camera to a young lady with the school group who is in a chair. Now over here, I think we've got a proud Canadian lady with the fuzzy hair. I think, actually it's hard to see from here, it's either Canadian or Swiss patch on her shoulder. Looks like a maple leaf to me, pretty sure it is. Still surprised that we haven't had, hordes of cap-wearing, flag-waving Canadians here being, super proud. I don't know how big the Canadian expat community is here in London, but there's got to, thousands, if not tens of thousands, surely. So come on, Canadians, organise it before they're gone. Otherwise, you might need to wait 13 more years until it happens again. I cannot understand it actually why there are all these people here, but they're largely choosing to ignore. Oh, flipping! Oh, you scared me there for a second. You're right.
Good bird of the day. Caught out yesterday, like you.
Oh, what happened yesterday?
With the wrong people on.
I'm thinking. Wait, what's going on here? Hold on. I did wonder actually.
Why not?
I cannot understand why they're filming it. There's some little kid who's in distress the police have just gone to talk to, and everybody's sticking their cameras on it. That's so unpleasant. Oh my goodness me. 1 second, folks. If the police horses move, I'll show you. Actually, the police are done now. That's probably a good thing.
Catch you in a minute.
I cannot understand that. Yeah, okay, I'm going to be inside as well. Like what? I just don't get it. If the kid's obviously in distress, why the flipping hell would you turn your camera toward it? Police involved or not? Okay, we've got 2-3 minutes. I think it's going to be time to dash into the yard. The police, interestingly actually, have had words, I can't tell exactly what, but they've had words with the group, very, very curious, actually. I think they've told them not to film it, which, to be honest, is how it should be. Okay, wait. I think I'm going to be at this end. Even because if I was right close to the stables on the corner, I could be, but one, I would be talking over the tourists that are already there, which is unfair. And two, the temperature device is there. It would kind of be in the frame permanently. So let's stay here and admire the magnificent Chelsea pensioner exiting the yard. Good to see though how quickly the police realised there was a small issue. Everything looked fine actually. His mum was talking to him, although maybe he was lost and the lady that I was mentioning had the Canadian or Swiss patch might have found him. Maybe that wasn't his mum. Mad folk, eh? Imagine how scary it would be to lose your kid here. I would be terrified if I lost one of mine here, I tell you. It's so busy around this area that I can understand how some do get separated. Okay, we timed it right because it's absolutely flipping packed here in the yard. As you can see, look, all the way along. Jet with his umbrella. See, he's smart, unlike me, who forgot to pack an umbrella even though it did say it might rain. Now, depending on what happens when these two soldiers come out, and depending on which soldiers it is and the responses, I might let this overrun. Not massively. Where the hell are they going? Where are they going? Oh my goodness me. This pro here under the window is definitely going to get told to move, I'm sure of it. Although the police are busy at the front, so they might not have noticed he's there. Oh, we finally got, I believe, a lady trooper. I keep saying trooper, I still didn't even check actually. Trooper, guard, take your pick. I really hope I've got that right and that is a lady guard. Certainly looks like it is. The bad news, and it's only bad news because he's not on the horse, the super loud shouting guard is on foot, he's in the middle. His magnificent looking colleague. Whoa. The horse is super curious. I'm being quiet, guys, out of respect. Yeah, I don't want to be like, talking loudly enthusiastically with the soldier right in front of me. God damn it, that was super close. Okay, we've got the two coming in. No dismount, as mentioned. Here's the army photographer. Oh, hold on a second. Are they going to dismount? Surely not. Wait for it. Hold on. Hold on.
Oxford, to the guardhouse. Dismissed.
Damn, I got excited then. Okay, so doing it a bit differently. To the guardhouse, dismissed. Notice they've got an NCO over here against the wall. Another fellow behind him. I can't remember annoyingly the officer's name, and I do know it because he was named already on the BBFC News video that was posted. The not the fellow closest to camera, but the one just beyond. But that was a wonderful thing to see, and obviously in large part that was done for the camera because we didn't get that to the guardhouse part before. Interestingly.
Wanted to thank you for your video on Friday when they arrived. Because it boarded up, I couldn't get out.
To be honest, it was, I was really worried about not finishing it. It was just way too hot.
It was about 32, 33.
Yep.
No, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
But you got here earlier than normal.
I thought it was better to get here early just to try and avoid it, but it was still boiling when I left home.
No, but since you were here and caught the whole thing, thank you very much for that.
Important historical moment, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Also, historic moment now, I'm pretty sure that is the first Canadian lady trooper in that box. I'm pretty sure that was a lady guard.
Oh, there is one, no, sort of.
There is definitely one because they were all, I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of the troopers were mentioning it already to me that, there's one lady's with them.
No, I saw her this morning. They were out on patrol this morning.
Okay.
And I saw her there.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's the blonde lady guard, I think.
Yeah, she was a blonde.
That's definitely the one that they were talking
And
about.
they were messing us about. Because I missed Friday, I came Monday. Actually, yesterday. Yeah, I came Monday, and of course the bloody blues were
So it was a little bit like, what on earth?
And the back was all blocked off. So I thought I'd come along today, see what's happening.
Yeah.
And I got lucky. These guys have come back.
Makes perfect sense now.
Yeah.
So it all worked out in the end, pretty much.
I've opened that all up again, so you might even actually get a full change tomorrow.
Fingers crossed. I mean, I'll definitely be here tomorrow. I think the little boy got lost. I'm actually really annoyed that so many people filmed that. I'm purposely keeping the whole thing out of the frame while the police deal with it. That's mad. But the police are mingling with the crowd at the front. I think probably looking for his parents. Anyway, let me get back to it.
Yeah, you get to it.
See you tomorrow, I guess, as well, yeah? Okay, see you then. Okay, I need to be careful, folks, where I do point the camera, because as mentioned, there are a lot of police around. They are searching for the parent, or parents, of the young man. Now, interestingly, I think we've got... Actually, no, it's not. I was thinking that we might have actually seen Pagan, this horse, but it's not. And I'm super annoyed with myself because, yet again, guys, this marbled horse, very, 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 very unusual horse. And I'm exceptionally annoyed at myself that I don't remember which one it is. Yeah, I'm exceptionally annoyed, to be honest with you. I should recognise this horse in 1 second, but I think I'm going to have to start making my own gallery and looking at it very regularly to refresh my memory. Because the second I look up this horse's ID in a minute on the list, I'm going to be like, oh, you idiot, you know this horse already. Oh, thank you. Just about to walk into the camera, but pulled himself backwards and walked behind it. What a gent. Anyway, so yes, folks, I was correct. This is indeed the Lady Guard, the one and only, from what I've been told by HCAV. And it's great that she's on this horse. I say this horse. Let me ID the horse for you. 1 second. How the hell do I not remember the horse with the marbled blaze? I'm going to give myself a massive slap with a wet fish when I get home. 1 second. Yeah, of course it is flipping Zambezi. Sorry, beautiful. Yeah, I should have recognised him in 1 second. Actually, wait, him? Hold on. Actually, Zambezi not wait. Yeah, Zambezi's mare. See, corrected myself. So I'm starting to remember details. Every time I see the marble blaze, straight away I'm thinking pagan. It has to be pagan. Of course it's not pagan. It's Zambezi. And the fact that we've got this Lady Guard and her colleague at the other end, I think is going to be reason enough to possibly go for 2 or 3 parts. We'll see. We will see. Key thing is going to be to try and get a decent picture as well. Kind of picture of the day maybe with this particular guard. Obviously she's perfectly turned out like her colleagues, and the fact she's on Zambezi, a blues horse, who's also looking very chill, I must say. I dare say after his holiday. Her holiday, sorry folks. Point being, Lady Trooper, Lady Horse. Yes. There we go, Zammers, thank you for looking at the camera. Those are going to be, folks, now the sunlight is here, some beautiful pictures of the Guard and Zambezi. Now, I'm just hoping we might actually get some tourists, because right now, nope. Anyway, yeah, the young man has indeed lost his family. The police are dealing with that. I dare say the Met will be here soon to pick him up and hopefully safely reunite him. Zambezi. People were filming the boy, the lost boy.
No, we know.
No? Yes. Oh, the police actually said, yeah, I thought they would, to be honest. The boy's a minor. Not only that, I think he lost his parents. Yeah, Zambezi. This is the only Lady Guard, by the way.
I was going to tell you that. First time ever I was going to tell you I'm wrong.
Yeah. So the horse is a girl. It's a mare. And the guard is female too.
I was going to tell you the tone. I got very good news for you.
Yeah, I was actually losing hope of actually ever seeing this guard because
Yeah, we answered.
the soldiers were telling me about this last week, saying, "Oh, there's one Lady Guard coming over with the Canadians."
We directly asked the question. We made the
Ah, yeah, it's a good thing though. I perfectly presented as well.
He said in her regiment she's first.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Wait, like she's actually the only one full stop, the only lady in the.
In her regiment.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Oh, at least I add something.
Yeah, you always had something, good humour. Actually, folks, 1 second, I need to ask about that. That's really, really interesting to me. I will go and have a quick word in a second if I can with one of the NCOs. I prefer not to state, again, because I don't like making these kind of silly mistakes without knowing the full facts. So let me see if I can do that now. Oops, sorry. Let me see if I can ask. 1 moment. The thing is, obviously, there's a lot of people that want to speak to him and/or ask questions, which is understandable. 1 minute. Let's see if we can have a quick word in just a moment.
It's expensive, but you're going to order.
That would be fascinating, actually, if it is the only female member of Lord Strathcona's horse.
It's about
Because that obviously will be a massive historical first, not only for the regiment but for the Lady Guard.
fish cuts. If you get the big portion,
Okay, here's my my moment. 1 second. Let me see if I can ask.
it's
Sorry, the camera's that way. Just a quick question. Somebody was mentioning that the Lady Guard is the first female in Lord Strathcona's horse. Is that the case?
Definitely not in Lord Strathcona's horse.
Okay.
But I can find out if she's the first on the mounted troop.
Okay.
But no, she's definitely not the first in the Strathcona's horse. There's lots of females there.
Ah, okay, that's interesting. Some of the people over there were saying, I'm thinking, hold on a second, that would be quite a major historical first
Yes.
for her to be in the box as the only female member of the regiment. But
Right, yeah,
she's
no,
far from it.
Yeah, far from it. There are many women in the Lord Strathcona's horse regiment. Yes.
Okay, how many roughly members of the regiment are there entirely? Do you know offhand?
I don't know the exact number. Yeah, I know there's 3 squadrons right now.
Okay.
Like the Strathcona mounted troop is separate from those 3 squadrons. There's kind of like 4 little subunits underneath the Strathconas.
Oh wow, so it's got a fair number, more than 100 in total, I would guess.
Yes, yeah, like probably each company will be close to 100
Okay.
ballpark. So like 3 companies, plus they have a headquarters, and then they've got the mounted troop. It's going to be like over 300 or something. Big
Okay.
regiment.
Wow, it's been an amazing thing to see, I must say. Everyone was surprised yesterday that you guys didn't come back. I guess it was because the parade ground was occupied for the rehearsal.
Yeah, we had another engagement to get to, so like we're also like doing a lot of like meet and greets with our hosts here, the Household Cavalry. So
Makes sense.
We've got an invite from them to the concert tonight. The other guard that finished up yesterday, they're taking us for a tour. Like, we're trying to do a little bit of a cultural exchange as well as the actual duties here.
Wow, so amazing time for you guys, eh?
Yes, yeah. So we're back. We're back now. Tomorrow will be a short guard change.
Okay.
At 11, on the 18th will be a short guard change on the 11th, so that's just Strathcona's relieving Strathcona's. And on the 21st will be the final where the Household Cavalry relieves us, and that'll be a big parade at 11.
Okay, amazing. Can I just show you?
I saw you on the 11th, and I think I saw one of your videos because were you situated there, and then halfway through you moved to that side?
I did, because I didn't realize that was supposedly reserved for official media, so I did get a little bit of
I was
a...
wondering when I was watching the YouTube video, I'm like, how did he move? I didn't see him move, so you were very stealthy.
Yeah, I thought to myself, I better quickly get out of the way, because I didn't want to upset anyone. You know, it was a big occasion for you guys, so...
Yeah, it's all right. We love the coverage too. Like, I know lots of people, family, friends have all been watching it back home in Canada, and like they're feeling really proud to see their children.
That's really heartening to hear, to be honest. I did notice a few people have mentioned in the comments, that's my nephew, that's a relative. To me, that's very humbling. It's a wonderful thing. You know?
Which channel was yours though?
It's 1 second, just to make sure you got the right one. It is... Plus, I don't know if you know, the horse behind that the lady trooper is on it's a mare. One of the most famous mares in the blues, Zambezi.
Okay.
So yeah, the fact that there's a lady guard on a lady horse is...
I didn't know that.
It's this one.
London City Walks. Okay. I'm gonna write that one down.
And I noticed your colleague who was very, very loud screaming on Friday. I think he was in the middle. He's the NCO, no? Was he not the NCO that walked out in the middle today?
One of them, Sergeant Brackenier with the mustache, the handlebars,
Yeah,
he's
who's
got a very good drill voice.
His voice is, he's a sergeant.
Yes, yeah.
Ah, okay, that explains it. Yeah, he
Our,
was...
ranks are slightly different from the household ranks. They don't use the sergeant rank. They have like corporal of course and
yes,
horse
yeah.
corporal, horse major.
That's interesting because, as far as I'm aware, we don't get any of the NCOs from the household cavalry in the boxes. So to have an NCO from Lord Strathcona's horse in the box, that also might be, as far as I'm aware, that's the first. I've been filming for 3 years. I never remember seeing an NCO in the box.
Yeah,
So that's a big deal.
I'm not sure if he took a box, but do they only use like junior non-commissioned members?
Yeah, it's always rank of trooper. So an entry-level trooper in the boxes. I've never seen Lance Corporal of Horse or Corporal of Horse mounted as a sentry.
Right, yeah, we've got mostly corporals here. In the Canadian Army, they don't spend a lot of time in the corporal rank.
Okay.
Because you kind of just get through all your training. And then operational functioning point for most trades is, for non-commissioned members, is the corporal rank.
Okay.
So like the sappers, the fusiliers, the riflemen, the troopers, they they'll maybe spend like a year or two at that rank before they move up.
Okay, that makes sense. It takes a little longer typically in the age curve, so that makes sense.
Yes,
Wow.
I've heard that. I think they were telling us that they spend a lot more time at whatever the private trooper rank is before they get to Lance Corporal.
So what is the rank then of what's the entry level rank? If it's trooper in HCAV, what is it in Law Strathcona?
Trooper, because they're cavalry as well.
Ah, so it's also okay. I was wondering
So
about
like
that.
Fusilier will be for rifle regiments, riflemen for regiments, sapper for engineer regiments, gunner for artillery or bombardier,
Okay.
and then master bombardier. It's one of the few ones that when they get to master corporal, they use master bombardier.
Okay, wow,
artillery.
that is a lot for me to try and memorize.
Yeah,
I'm glad I've got trooper.
This is all just the Strathconas,
Yeah.
so it's all going to be either troopers or then corporals.
But yeah, the voice of that sergeant was
Yeah.
I mean, that was sort of glass-shatteringly.
Yeah, I know. I told him on the opening parade he was doing some drill for the pre-inspection at the mounted regiment, and I said, "Hey, like I love your voice. It's going to sound great on video." So.
Yeah, I mean, my first video did manage to capture when he was shouting, and it was so incredibly loud that, wow, I mean, it took me aback. And I've heard a lot of the very loud HCAV shouts in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
That was a whole new level of. But you yourself, so obviously you're not a trooper. I'm assuming
No,
NCO.
I'm not a Strathcona. No, I'm. My rank is sub-lieutenant.
Okay.
I'm the public affairs officer at Canadian Forces Base Edmonton.
Okay.
Which is where they're based out of, and they needed someone to go support just to do the media engagements and talk to people and share what's happening. So
Because I thought I saw you in. I thought there was a chap that I thought was in naval uniform.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, so wait, so it is. So you are a navy man.
yes, yeah.
Ah,
But,
okay.
I'm a public affairs officer can work in any environment.
Yeah.
So I work at an army base and I work for the army.
Okay, now it makes perfect sense. Yeah, because I was thinking, hold on, submariner, but cavalry.
Lieutenant, yeah.
Okay, amazing. Thank you
Yes,
very much
yeah,
for
and
your
your name
for your
again?
time, John. I'm John.
John, okay, yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, I just
Pleasure.
went down London City Walks.
That's the one.
Okay, yeah.
I hope you enjoy the content and the coverage, and thank
Thank
you for
you,
the
yeah.
conversation.
You're welcome.
Okay, folks, let's get back to the front. What an amazingly lovely, thoroughly helpful and informative gem. So that's really interesting. Almost everybody that we've seen in the boxes is above the rank of trooper. That certainly explains how the sergeant, who we saw on Friday, who we had no idea was a sergeant, had such an incredible voice. However, I probably should have taken a little bit more notice of the accoutrements on the uniform, specifically the chevron. For example, this gent that we're looking at now has a single chevron on his right arm. I hadn't even noticed it actually until that conversation. Very, 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 very interesting and insightful conversation. Not only that, I now feel much better being able to refer to the ladies and gents that we're observing here as troopers, as they are indeed troopers. I should have guessed that. It makes logical sense, but it was better to be sure. That said, folks, the job we're looking at right now with the chevron is clearly not a trooper. He's a rank above. So it complicates it further. I don't want to call somebody a trooper when it's not their rank. So I think we'll probably sort of stay with guard or Strathcona, or if I see a chevron or two, possibly try and take a guess. Anyway, oddly enough, all of the well, I say it's not that oddly enough. All of the attention is on the lady guard at this end. 1 second. Which makes perfect sense, in all honesty. I'll try to get back slowly. The Met has picked up the young man, so all is well, folks. Anyone worrying about that? Don't need to worry, it's been resolved, and I'm sure will be reunited with his loving family sometime soon. Oh, it's so nice, actually. She's actually giving little smiles and heads up to some of the more kind tourists. So quite a progressive regiment in that sense, which makes sense. In fact, let's be honest. I mean, Canada is first and foremost a liberal democracy. So it's great to see that there is that diversity in the regiment. And to be honest, I would wager, not to put words in her mouth, that this particular guard is thoroughly loving her time here. She's certainly in a very, very optimistic and happy mood. I mean, the smiles and nods and stuff to the tourists are atypical, let's put it that way. She's serious, you can see this, but at the same time, she's happy to engage. Love it. However, we all want to know what's going to happen if somebody walks in the box. Like, actually properly walks in the box. It might not happen, everybody. I think out of respect, all of the people we're looking at here are going to be super careful and cautious of getting too close. I definitely did. I'll check through them all, but I definitely got, when the sunshine was here, a couple of lovely, lovely, lovely pictures at this end and at the other end of the previous guard. I'm actually really liking the fact that the police are now being a little bit more firm with enforcing this situation vis-a-vis things that shouldn't be covered, shouldn't be filmed. Strictly speaking, they don't have any legal powers to do that I'm aware of. But no one's going to argue. Why? Because morally, there is no way on earth anyone in a state of distress, having been separated from their family, should be the subject of any controversy. If it's covered in a sort of, a meaningful way without massive shots in people's faces, that's one thing. But as you heard from my friend, they were all told not to publish it. So if anybody does see that anywhere, it'll be on a spammer channel, and do let me know in the comments. They typically avoid posting that kind of stuff to YouTube, and instead will just bin it as reels on Facebook, because Facebook is far more liberal, sadly enough. Which is another reason I don't use it. Some guy with an absolutely massive stick, I think it's an Insta360. I've got no idea if we've got a group here from Spain or Brazil. I haven't heard them speaking yet. Okay, reinforcements are here. Actually, new faces. Never seen these gents before. Definitely keeping it real and very high profile with the police presence here. I don't think I've seen any less than 4 officers, or 5 even, in the yard since the Canadians arrived. I'll be surprised if it doesn't actually continue, folks, to be honest, till the end of summer, because it's now so busy here that even though we haven't got the foot relief in the yard, they do need this many eyes on everyone, in all honesty. They really do. Actually, I wish I'd asked the extremely kind NCO to break down the kit for us. Yeah, he was very, very happy to answer the questions. When I say break down the kit, I mean in terms of confirming exactly what is Canadian property that we're looking at now, and what isn't. I mean, obviously we know the horse isn't. We know the saddle isn't. We know the rope isn't, for the reasons I mentioned earlier from officers' charges. Now, obviously the scabbard, I'm assuming it's a sabre as well. I didn't even check actually. Is it a sabre? I mean, it looks like a sabre. That's obviously Canadian as well. I bet that would have been a bit of an interesting one going through customs. So yes, 24 of you riders and 2 NCOs. So how many swords are you bringing with you? Oh, uh-oh. Don't touch Zammers. But I'm glad I mentioned actually to him that the horse is a mare, because I'm sure that the... oh look, quick guys, get the perfect picture with the horse. Look at this. They're actually going to get literally the perfect horsey shot. Now that is what you call lucky tourists. Wow. I mean, you could actually come and stand here all day, one box, other box, and not get a picture like that with either of the horses, or any of the horses rather. Oops, 1 second. Oh, straight in the box. Not massively, but partially. Drum roll. Lots of people are now asking the NCO that we were talking to about which soldiers. Zambezi's really looking for attention though today. It's super cute. The key thing is really going to be that if anybody marches straight up to the horse, like literally straight in the box, straight up to the horse. Let's hope it doesn't happen, folks. I really like the fact as well that the NC wanted to make 100% sure he was talking about the right channel. That would have been super awkward if he had been talking about a different one. We've still got quite a few people here with organised tour groups. Massive amount of police actually. I counted 8 officers in the yard at this point, plus 1 from the mayor. One thing I should have asked as well is whether or not they're going to change. They will be changing over tomorrow, won't they? Thinking about it. So the lady trooper that we're looking at now and her colleague at the other end will be leaving tomorrow. However, they will have the honour of being here for the final weekend. But looking at the protests and stuff around this weekend, it wouldn't surprise me if Horse Guards is closed. At least one, potentially both days. Let's move a little bit because it's a bit awkward filming so much without there being lots and lots of people around the boxes. And interestingly enough, this end now suddenly got really active. Look, in fact, it's packed away. It's so busy. I have to walk all the way around to get even close to head on to the box. Just now I took the pictures when the sunshine was out because it's gone. I might run a teeny bit over with this, but not a lot. Otherwise, the video will just take too long to process and won't be seen until probably tomorrow. The problem is we've got some very tall people here. Actually, I can't even see a way to get any closer. It's completely chocker solid along the front. Wait, 1 second. Yeah, it's absolute chocker solid, folks. I think it's a massive Dutch group that have just turned up. Oopsie. Now it is a little bit unfortunate that we only managed to, I say capture. I mean, actually there weren't any more to capture. We didn't miss a single shout. There weren't any, except the briefly raised voice when the Chinese chap went right up to the horse. And you know what? It's definitely going to rain. I can feel the cold breeze now. It's kind of mildly chilly, so it's coming, I tell you. And they're going to take all that stuff in and run inside pretty quick. Back to the Household Cavalry Museum if it pours down in a few minutes. I don't think it will start raining until 1ish, and luckily, folks, we will likely be done by then. She's in the box. Everyone just standing directly in front, not caring less about the camera at this point. They're not going like really ridiculously close, but that is in the box, whichever way you look at it. So it's very interesting that that particular sergeant is known for his voice. Hardly surprising, though. Imagine a sergeant like that on drill. You'd be terrified, wouldn't you, of getting it wrong or marching out of step. Oh God, here we go. Bit of a crash bang in the yard, not sure what that was. And again, actually I think it's a horse kicking in the stalls. This blues horse as well, folks. Can one of you ID this one, please? We know we've got Zambezi at the other end, and I'm not taking out the camera again. This is definitely a blues horse, really big one. Annoying, I can't move any further back because there are just too many people here. So it's going to mean that we won't be able to see. That's a little better until somebody steps in. That gives us a better overview of the box. But look, obviously we're going to get heads in the frame straight away. He's absolutely flipping rammed here right now, and that I think might well be why people are getting a bit of a white berth. Interesting enough though, the other end is not rammed, just this end. So we've gone over a teeny bit, folks. I will finish up in a few minutes. Closing footage will be of the lady trooper at the other end. And if I don't actually finish up shortly, then this video is most certainly not going to end up getting published today. So the Met's still here dealing with that incident. Everyone's in the yard dealing with that, so no danger of filming anything accidentally. Change every hour.
Every hour, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thought I'd help out the tourists there. I wouldn't want anybody to leave horse guards in distress thinking, oh my god, the guy's been in the box for 7 hours without water. You might have noticed the horses have not been watered today, despite us being here for more than 1 hour. It's warm, but it's very far from hot, folks. Each of the guards we've seen, very relaxed, not sweaty-faced, not red-faced. Perfectly reasonable temperatures today. So before anyone starts screaming, horsey cruelty or whatever you want to call it. Definitely been none of that, guys. I promise. So our last couple of tourists before we call it a wrap. Now there is a good chance, actually, even though they're leaving tomorrow. Let me think, if they're leaving tomorrow, Thursday. Actually, to be honest, as I mentioned before, there are 24 riders. It seems to me that they're mixing up the two groups. Because strictly speaking, the chap who was here on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he shouldn't have been here today. Because his group was the first group, this is the second group. So it actually does appear that they might be sort of mixing and matching the two groups. Because I'm convinced the NCO in the middle, when the two horses came out, was the extremely loud sergeant. Yeah. So to be honest, there's no way of knowing who we might or might not see Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Guess they'll be keeping us in suspense. However, I will be here tomorrow morning to make sure we do get a good look. Now people are going... Oh, she's so kind, this guard. Sounded actually, her accent, unless I'm mishearing, actually sounded almost Irish to me. I'm sure it isn't. I'm probably, not hearing correctly, but wow. But she did say to them to get out of the box. This gent, who then went back into the box, was reaching out toward the horse. So, good that she spoke up. I wasn't honestly expecting her to massively bellow in somebody's face, get out of the box! But you know what? You can always hope. Okay, we've got our last few punters, folks, come into the frame.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 more tourists before I call it a wrap. I'm definitely going to wrap it in the next 30 seconds. So if they get in fast, great. If they don't, won't be in today's video, will they?
Sorry.
On the whole, though, to be fair, almost everybody has been pretty respectful today. We haven't seen one outrageous moment of idiocy. It just hasn't happened, which is a great thing, but it's also unfortunate all at once. Anyway, that's our closing frame. Miss Pink Cardigan and the Chinese Bros. Or is it? It is. Vaccine people. Bye for now.